Analyzing the markets, learning about it, and being able to execute a trade actually does take more time, because what you need to do is the pre-market analysis is what is going to be taking more time from your side, and followed by it will be more of implementation, or you executing some of these trades that you would have already analyzed. That's one thing that we always do on Mondays, and one thing that I actually do love more about doing that is that it gets me prepared for the week, and also it helps me be able to be ready for setups that I have prepared for. So I actually do know, instead of just reacting towards the market, I know that I'm reacting with some of, like, educated guesses, if I may put it that way. So what's happening is that today we are going to be looking at US 500, we're also going to be looking at GBP JPY, and on top we're going to be looking at US 30. And I wanted to take a look at what actually happened the previous week on US 500. I shared this in the public group, and on top of that, I just wanted to take a look at how we can capitalize this week, this coming week, and be able to just make profits for the week. So what's going on, guys? It's Obedi Samutupi, and welcome on my YouTube channel. So what's going to happen is that today we are going to be looking at the market. We'll be doing a market analysis, and on top of that, you are going to be learning more about how you can prepare for a week and how you can actually execute those trades. And followed by it, if you are honestly looking for a broker that you actually want to get started with, the link is in the description box, whereby you can actually register an account, and as well, not only just register, but and as well be able to trade nicely with EFX, which is a broker that I use. And I'm excited because the previous time I did show you executing a trade with them, fast executions. Actually, I love the fact that even stop losses, everything is set accordingly. So I'm just comfortable with trading with them, and that is why I'm more comfortable with being able to refer you to them. But that's if you want to be trading with them, obviously. So let us get started for the week. Okay, looking now at US 500, this is the one that we're going to be starting up with. So last week, the previous week, we shared it when there's still somewhere around here. I was like, you know what, guys, this is going to test here and then go back upwards. And look at this, guys. It did test here. It did actually go a bit below, and it tested at the second structure here. Tested, double test, and then boom, it went all the way back to the upside. So now how do we look at what we can do? So looking at it, let me just go back to the daily time frame. Right here at the daily time frame, I can easily see that, okay, obviously I've got these areas be my take profits. Here's my second take profit, and my next take profit area is here. But once it actually happens to break above here and finds me a support anyway, I'm looking to go all the way and take profit by the limit, which is somewhere here. No? But going over to the 4-hour now, the 4-hour time frame, looking at it, I can simply see that yes, everything is just respecting. Right now here we are here at the resistance. Okay, right here, there we go, right here. So what's happening is that I put this just like this, and then all I have to do is just literally put this here, and it helps me be able to just spot out that this is where my resistance area is going to be at. I can remove this line here. So yes, it did test here. So what's going to happen is that I can just go as low as the 1 hour and start testing around what's going to happen. So here I can see, yes, price did test, and then it impulse down, it corrected. So here what I got is this young impulse, this young correction, and the next impulse. So obviously price can continue going down, impulsing, going down, impulsing, going down, and then maybe up until here, and then we'll see price start to push more upwards. That's one thing that I'm actually looking at here on GBP, on US 30. I mean US 500, because you can see here's some of our area resistance here, and now it became support. It broke below. So even if you are looking to take an entry type situation, all you can do is just literally place it here, have your stop loss be kept somewhere around these levels here, and maybe your first take profit will be somewhere here. So obviously we'll be analyzing as it goes. It's not yet a confirmed setup, because I just need to confirm with certain things. But this, to be honest, is what would make sense, because why? This area here is where it was previous support. So now it's retesting as a resistance, and you can see this is where I'm expecting the retest to happen. So even if I get an entry somewhere similar to this, it will be much more better, because it will give me a much more smaller stop and a much more greater reward in terms of the risk compared to reward. But that's what I'm looking for with GBP JPY. So a short-term trade coming US 500, a short-term trade coming all the way down somewhere up until here, and then taking that longer-term trade. But if that doesn't happen, guys, and price decides that it wants to go up here, it's okay. That's also okay, because I'm more likely to wait for it to maybe retest somewhere here, and I'll take that buy, go all the way to the upside with it. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. It's either this movement here for a buy, or this movement for a sell. So I can either get the sell here, or I can get it maybe after somewhere here, after this big retest and somewhere here, on which I highly believe that this could be something similar towards what I'm looking for. But yeah, we'll just look at it as it goes. Now we'll just be learning it as it goes. So that is US 500, looking at US 30, and then we'll end it with with GBP JPY. US 30 impulsed upwards, like the past few weeks. And if you guys have been following me, you've noticed that I've been looking for these buys, and it did shoot up, it shot up, it passed below, above here, it went all the way to the upside. So I love this. I believe that here our next take profit would be somewhere around here. So there's a high chance that we'll be selling all the way up until take profit, buying. So yeah, I've got this down. Even here where we are currently at now, it's sort of like an area of resistance, because you can see here previously on the structure here, price didn't break above here. So what I'm seeing now is maybe price coming down, retesting here, boom, and then going back upwards. But the only way you can see that is maybe on the 60-minute time frame. Let me just come down on the 60-minute time frame right here. Obviously this was a clean one, impulse correction, the next impulse, but it's okay. I'm more likely to wait for that continue going down. Maybe when here I'll be looking for buys, because the buys has much more take profit like risk compared to let's say if I sell here, maybe my stop loss I can have it here, take profit I can have it somewhere here. What is it giving me? A 2.3. But let's see if I'm patient enough to wait for that buy. If I'm patient enough to wait for it, I might cash it somewhere here, take profit of the sell. And I'm more likely to just depending on how it actually rejects those candles, I'll just observe, but maybe put my stop loss somewhere here, and my take profit being here, 5. Already it's giving me over 5. But if let's say my stop loss, let's say it rejected a candlestick somewhere here and it went up, I might put it just below that rejection, which maybe if it's here, you'll see that it's giving me over 11%. So literally the rewards are all up to me, depending on where my stop loss is going to be, and depending on the candlesticks, what are the candlesticks telling me. But so far that's what I'm looking for on US 30. I'm just excited with how it's been moving. It's been moving nice lately, and it's just cooperating. It's just cooperating. So even if I may have this be my management line, what's going to happen is that when price comes, maybe it can go all the way up, hit take profit, break above, let's say break above, go all the way, hit take profit, break above, and then maybe starts to correct, and then hit that touch here, and then continue going up, continue going up. So that's more likely what can happen on US 30. So looking at GBP JPY, the last one for the day or for the week, preparing for the week. Let me just remove this. This one here has been very beautiful and good. It's been moving well, but we're actually looking to be taking profit here, right here, because now we are at the highest price has been in the last 7 years. No, 26 in the last 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 years. In the last 6 years, price has never really been this high. Look at this. This is the highest it's been, February 2016, and this is where we are now. So I highly believe that there's a chance of us reaching take profit, which is here. And let me just zoom in. That line, you guys saw that line that I had in terms of being our take profit area. But zooming in, I just want to be able to get here on current structures on what's more likely to happen. So I can see resistance, turn back, support, it went up. So now it's more likely I should be looking for points that are similar to this, because why? I want to find supports. For supports are where price is actually showing me that I can buy. It's giving me those nice buy entries. Let me go back on 4 hours and remove this. I put something here. Oh, I didn't put it, okay. Right, yeah, there we go. So let me focus here at this area, and what I'm more likely to have here is literally something as simple as this. I have my support right here, and my support being here, obviously price has broken above, price just retest, come here. When price is here, I'm more likely to find that buy all the way to the upside. That buy all the way to the upside. I'm more likely to have a 30 pips stop loss, knowing myself and normally how I get my stop losses, 30 pips, and going all the way to take profit, which is here. Can take 14% on just the single trade. Remember, there can be more trades that would still be followed, but yeah, that's just what I was looking at for now. And obviously, if I may put my management line right here, you can easily see that here is where the third touches is gonna be, and then this is how high we are gonna be going. This is our high. I'm not really seeing a sell now at this moment, but maybe if it does happen to come, you know, we'll just observe what happens. But I'm not seeing any sellers. But if it does, what did I press? If it does happen to come, it will just be you know, a sell that's coming. Like, let me just show you guys real quick. It will just be a sellers that's coming, and that's gonna be kept at somewhere around here. So let's say if it does happen to sell, obviously it means that this is the range of our sellings, on which it's also good, meaning that if it breaks below and you confirm the sell, we can take that sell somewhere around here, whether it retest or just on break, and stop loss maybe 30 pips depending on how it see it, and going all the way down to here by take profit, which is also 16%. So with this, basically both sides, they do play major parts. So whether I take a buy or a sell, and whether I take a stop loss, I can still, like, let's say if I take a sell and it hits me stop loss, I can still buy and then make back those losses and still make more. So that's something that I love about this, or the methods that actually are trading. And one of the most important things that you should be doing is looking at, you know, obviously if you've got those analysis, those forecasting, they help you be able to know when the market happens to move in this specific way. What do you need to do? How do you need to move? What do you need to react? Like, what are your reactions? How should you enter now at that moment? Should you be using buy stops, sell stops? Should you actually be like, you know, I'm letting it slide? All those things, they play a part. You need to be able to focus in advance for you to be able to know that when the market happens to be in that position. But for now, guys, that's it. I've shown you guys GBP JPY, US 500, and as well US 30. Remember that if you are looking for a reliable broker, the link is in description. And I'm just excited that you guys did watch up until this very end. I hope that you have a successful week and a brand, you know, an exciting week full of profits and just lessons where you learn every single day. I'll see you guys on the next YouTube channel, on the next YouTube video. It's your boy Mr. Mutupi, and thank you so much for watching.